What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 900 subscribers, of course. And today's video, we're going to be talking about Wemby. And 2 weeks ago, I made a video talking about Victor Wembanyama's case. And at that moment, he was number 3. Right now, on April 2nd at 11:12 a.m., Wemby has been first in the MVP voting, in which some people would say that he called out for it, saying he begged for it, I guess. But I can't say that it is not deserved, because I do feel like Wemby was in the race. I did feel like, however, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander probably locked up the award, but to see that it's still a race, and it's a 3-man race with Wemby, Luka, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, nobody can really count out Wemby like they're trying to do. And I saw some shit where they said Wemby has really never faced any adversity right now, about to become the youngest MVP ever, for passing D Rose. So I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at the San Antonio Spurs be the number 2 seed, and I just have this question, like, why do we assume that the Spurs are just going to fizzle out? Like, what have they done this season, or what have they shown you, other than them being young, that they can't win it all this season? They can't make the finals. They beat OKC 4 times, which not a lot of teams can even beat them twice. Like, you beat a great team in, obviously, Lakers, obviously the Celtics. Yeah, you beat the Celtics. So when you're looking at obviously favorites, I would think, or we do think, that the San Antonio Spurs are in that bunch of group, right? But when I go around looking on social media, it's like nobody believes in them, and I'm just wondering why. And you look at, obviously, the non-playoff experience that we guess, but when you look at their roster, they do have playoff experience. When you look at, I see a screenshot on Twitter. You got Harrison Barnes, who's won an NBA championship. He's played 71 playoff games. Luke Cornett, he's won a championship on the Boston Celtics. He played 43 games. Kelly Olynyk, he's been to the finals, multiple playoff appearances, 48. De'Aaron Fox, he went to Game 7 against Stephen Curry. Mason Plumlee, Bismack Biyombo went to the playoffs. Like, we all know how much Wemby wants to win, so I don't feel like playoff experience will be the case. And I feel like us just expecting them to fizzle out, that's just not doing them justice as a basketball team or even a basketball fan, really. Because when you look at their roster, like, I'm pretty sure in my other San Antonio Spurs videos, I talked about their starting 5. You got De'Aaron Fox, who pushes the pace, obviously, their point guard, who has some nights where he's rough shooting the ball. Maybe that's going to show up in the playoffs, but obviously, after what he's done in previous seasons, I do trust De'Aaron Fox in the fourth quarter. I'm not going to lie to you. Stephon Castle, they're young, obviously, great defender who can obviously take some of the burden off of De'Aaron Fox. Yes, sometimes he's a turnover machine, but you get over that. You got Julian Champetti, they're 3-point marksman, they're sharpshooter, which every team needs that. Devin Vassell, when they need to go get a midi or a 3-point bucket, you give it to him. And obviously their MVP in Victor Wembanyama, who obviously has put on a show, and right now nobody being able to guard him this early in his career. Like, he just pulled back-to-back 40 pieces. Like, that's how good he's been. And I feel like us hating on it, maybe we should just be acknowledging it. Like, I don't know. Like, we just do so much. But I don't know. I'll get into that later. But you got Dylan Harper, obviously a starting caliber point guard who is in his rookie season playing behind De'Aaron Fox, learning from him, a transition threat. You got Keldon Johnson, the favorite to win 6th Man of the Year. People are saying he begged for that too. But Keldon has been great off the bench this season. He has been playing into his role. As some would say that he is a starting caliber player. And Carter Bryant, a good young defender. Obviously, he's working on his offensive game. So you're not going to see the best of Carter Bryant yet. Like, this San Antonio Spurs team, yes, they are young, but they are talented. And I feel like comparing them to the 2024 or the 2023, 2024 Oklahoma City Thunder, it's just not doing them justice, because a major reason why I wasn't on YouTube at the time, but I knew the Thunder were going to lose to the Dallas Mavericks. Like, I was telling everybody in my high school, like, I got the Mavs. Like, I was telling them I got the Mavs in the finals. Nobody believed me. But when you look at this team and you look at, obviously, that team, 2 MVP candidates, Shai before he won his MVP, Jalen Williams, obviously, before he made his All-Star appearance, Chow, blah, blah. But when you look at this team, I feel like you saw that OKC didn't have a really true way or philosophy they want to play basketball. Like sometimes Josh Giddey would run the offense and it would just get stagnant, and you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in there, and obviously MVP candidate, we know that. But when you look at that trade to get Alex Caruso, that did help them win. So I do think that trade helped them in the long run. Obviously, they didn't have playoff experience at the time. But when you look at the San Antonio Spurs team, I see a major difference where you do have players that have been in the playoffs that can tell you what to do. You do have obviously a stagnation, or you have a generational defender, or the most likely defensive player of the year. And this could be possibly one of the greatest seasons ever for Wemby. Like imagine winning MVP and defensive player of the year, getting to the chip and winning finals MVP. Like that's a great season. And I'm not going to go as far as Brian Windhorst said the other day or yesterday when he said Wemby could win most improved player, because no. He's basically been averaging this around the same and of everything, but he's more healthy and they're winning more games. So that's where I'm basically at with that. This season, Wemby has averaged 24.5 points per game, 11.5 rebounds and 3 assists, with 1 block per game and with 1 steal per game, my bad, and 3 blocks per game, with a plus minus of 11 and a field goal percentage of 51 and a 3-point percentage of 35. So obviously not too bad. But the season before, last season, he only played 46 games. He averaged 24.5 points per game, 11 rebounds and 3 assists, with 1 steal per game and 4 blocks per game. So some would say that that's the equivalent of last season. Yes, when you look at the box score numbers. But I honestly think you could just tell by watching the San Antonio Spurs that Wemby looks a lot more comfortable out there. Wemby trusts his teammates a lot more out there. And obviously we're seeing a great San Antonio Spurs foundation being born. Yes, I'm not going to call it legitimate because I'm just one of those. They were gifted Wemby, and obviously in a season where everybody or a major of the teams were tanking for Wemby. So you look at that, and the Spurs being the number 2 seed, 2 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder still. Like the Thunder cannot afford to lose games, or the Spurs will catch them, because the way their schedule is looking right now, today they have the Clippers, on Saturday they have the Nuggets, on Monday they have the 76ers, on Wednesday they have the Trailblazers, and then the 10th they have the Mavs, and the 12th they have the Nuggets as the last game of the season, which they'll possibly or most likely be resting if the 1 seed is not up for grabs. So you're looking at that, and you're looking at the San Antonio Spurs, and you're looking at Victor Wembanyama. You're just like, I'm just like, why do we keep doing this to ourselves? Why do we keep taking away from a young team, talking about how inexperienced they are, they can't win, they're not ready yet? Like, why do we keep doing that? In which I do think they're ready. Like, I do think they are a formidable team. Like, after what I watched when they beat the Thunder, I'm like, okay, like this is the team that I could possibly think or only see them beating. Like, when they beat the Celtics, I'm like, okay, like we could do, they got something here. Like, that's how I was feeling when I was looking at them. But then you got everybody else saying, no, they're just too young. Like, they're not ready yet. Like, why? Give him another year. Give Wemby another year. And I don't know. But when you look at his MVP case, I do think it's a legitimate MVP case. I'm not going to be the one shitting on his MVP case because he announced it to the world that he's going for it and he thinks he should be, because basketball is 2 ways. And honestly, I do think Wemby is the best 2-way player in the NBA right now. Like, I just don't think it's up for grabs. But at the same time, when you're looking at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Victor Wembanyama, they're both the top 2 seeds in a loaded Western Conference. I do feel like it is up for grabs. I wouldn't be mad if any of them won it. Like, if any of the top 3 won it, I wouldn't be mad at all. So seeing all this outrage, it's just confusing to me. But y'all can let me know how y'all feel if Victor Wembanyama would win MVP this season. And let me know how y'all feel about the San Antonio Spurs, because this is possibly my last Spurs video until, obviously, it's time for me to make a video on the first round matchups. But y'all let me know if y'all think they're going to fizzle out. Y'all let me know if they're real pretenders or contenders. Like, I think that's how you say it. But y'all let me know down below. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.